Hello popaholics and skincare enthusiasts. Today we're tackling a sticky subject, wax removal. Wax can end up on your skin, clothes, furniture, and even in your ears, and it's notoriously stubborn. I'll show you the safest, most effective ways to remove wax from skin, fabric, glass, and address earwax the right way. Think of this as your complete de-waxing guide, with pro tips to avoid irritation or damage. Let's jump right in. So, you've just finished waxing your legs and you're admiring the smoothness, but wait, what's this? Sticky, stubborn wax residue clinging to your skin? Don't panic. It's a common problem and we're here to guide you through the best ways to remove that leftover wax without irritating your freshly waxed skin. Let's start with tackling that leftover wax on your legs after waxing. The absolute worst thing you can do is to start scrubbing aggressively or picking at the wax with your fingernails. Don't scrub or pick. This causes irritation, redness, and can even lead to those pesky ingrown hairs we all dread. Freshly waxed skin is sensitive and needs a gentle touch. Think of it like this: you've just exfoliated, so further harsh treatment will only damage the delicate skin barrier. The key to removing wax residue is to dissolve it, and the best way to do that is with an oil-based product. Oil breaks down the wax, making it easy to gently wipe away. Ideally, you'll want to use a post-wax oil which is specifically formulated to remove wax residue and soothe the skin. But if you don't have post-wax oil on hand, don't worry, baby oil is a great alternative. Coconut oil, with its moisturizing properties, is another excellent choice. Just make sure it's in its liquid form for easy application, or even plain olive oil from your kitchen pantry will do the trick in a pinch. The important thing is to use a pure oil, free from fragrances or additives that could irritate your skin. Now let's get that oil onto your skin. Apply a small amount, you don't need to saturate it, to a soft cotton pad. Gently press the oil-soaked cotton pad onto the waxy area, holding it there for about 20-30 seconds. This allows the oil to penetrate and start dissolving the wax. Think of it as giving the oil a chance to work its magic. After letting the oil sit, gently wipe the area in slow circular motions. Avoid harsh scrubbing, let the oil do the work. Sometimes the wax is particularly stubborn. If you still see waxy spots, don't fret. Simply repeat the process with more oil. Remember, patience is key. Rushing the process can lead to irritation, so take your time and be gentle with your skin. Once you've successfully removed all the wax residue, blot away any excess oil with a clean, soft towel. Alternatively, you can take a lukewarm shower to remove the oil. Be sure to use a mild, fragrance-free soap to avoid irritating your skin. Hot water can also be irritating, so stick to lukewarm. After showering, gently pat your legs dry with a soft towel. Avoid rubbing, as this can cause friction and irritation. And now the final step, moisturize. Apply a generous layer of a gentle, fragrance-free lotion. Look for ingredients like ceramides or aloe, which are known for their soothing and hydrating properties. These will help to restore your skin's natural barrier and keep it feeling soft and supple. It's crucial to avoid alcohol-based products immediately after waxing, as they can dry out and irritate your skin. And as we mentioned before, never, ever scrape at the wax with your nails. This is a recipe for disaster, leading to irritation, ingrown hairs, and even potential scarring. In general, treat your skin gently and with care, almost as if you were tending to it after a minor medical procedure. Think of your skin as being a little sensitive and needing some extra TLC. So, to recap, oil application, patience, gentle wiping motions, gentle cleansing if needed, and thorough moisturizing. Following this simple routine will not only remove that pesky wax residue but will also keep your skin feeling smooth, healthy, and happy. Finally, remember to skip any harsh exfoliating treatments, like scrubs or chemical peels, for at least 24-48 hours after waxing. Your skin needs time to recover and rebuild its protective barrier. Follow these tips and your legs will thank you for the extra care and attention. Enjoy your beautifully smooth, wax-free skin. We've all been there, haven't we? A moment of relaxation with candles, a crafting session gone awry, or perhaps a mishap with a hot wax warmer. And suddenly there it is, wax, stubbornly clinging to your skin. But don't panic. Removing wax from your skin doesn't have to be a stressful ordeal. With the right approach and a little patience, you can gently and effectively remove it without causing irritation or damage. Whether it's on your arms, face, or hands, the key is to resist the urge to immediately wipe it off while it's still hot. That's a recipe for disaster, trust me. Stay calm, never wipe hot wax. That will only spread it around and potentially burn your skin. Instead, let it cool and harden first. This is the most crucial step. Think of it like waiting for a cake to cool before frosting it. Patience pays off. Allowing the wax to solidify makes it much easier to remove in one piece, minimizing the mess and the potential for skin irritation. Once the wax is completely hard, gently flick off the bulk with a fingernail or the edge of a credit card, being careful not to scratch or scrape your skin in the process. Remember, we're aiming for gentle removal here. Avoid using excessive force or sharp objects that could damage the delicate surface of your skin. Now for any stubborn residue that remains, use a high-quality oil. Oils like jojoba, which closely mimics the skin's natural sebum or sweet almond oil, are excellent choices. These are especially beneficial on sensitive areas, as they are less likely to cause irritation or allergic reactions. The oil works by gently dissolving the wax, making it easier to lift away from the skin without pulling or tugging. Apply the oil generously to the affected area, let it sit for a few moments, allowing it to penetrate and loosen the wax's grip. Then gently wipe with a soft cotton pad or Q-tip using a downward motion. When dealing with wax near the eyes or mouth, extra caution is needed. In these delicate areas, use a Q-tip and dab. Avoid any rubbing motions that could irritate the sensitive skin. Once the wax is removed, cleanse the area with a gentle, pH-balanced cleanser and lukewarm water to remove any remaining oil residue. Pat the skin dry with a soft towel and apply a soothing, fragrance-free moisturizer to help restore the skin's natural barrier. Now what if you find wax tangled in body hair? Don't panic and start pulling. The best approach is to use warm oil and gently comb through the hair, section by section, until the wax loosens and can be removed. And a word of caution: never ever use harsh solvents like acetone or nail polish remover on your skin. These chemicals can strip your skin of its natural oils, leading to dryness, irritation, and even chemical burns. Similarly, avoid using ice directly on the skin in an attempt to harden the wax quickly. While it might seem like a good idea, the sudden temperature change can shock your skin and potentially cause damage. Remember, be gentle, let the oil do the work, and avoid using force. Patience is key to a successful and pain-free wax removal process. By following these simple steps, you can effectively remove wax from your skin without causing irritation, keeping your skin barrier healthy and happy. Oh no, wax on your favorite clothes? It happens to the best of us. Whether it's a stray drip from a romantic candlelit dinner, a mishap during a crafting session, or an unexpected spill, wax stains can seem like a disaster. But don't worry, before you resign yourself to throwing that garment away, take a deep breath. Don't panic. The first rule of wax stain removal is to let it harden completely. Resist the urge to wipe it immediately, as this will only spread the wax and make the stain larger and more difficult to remove. Patience is key here. Allow the wax to cool and solidify fully on the fabric. This might take a few minutes depending on the amount of wax and the type of fabric. Once the wax is hard, then gently scrape off as much of the excess as possible with a dull edge, like a butter knife or the edge of a credit card. Be careful not to damage the fabric while scraping. Work slowly and methodically, lifting the hardened wax away from the fibers. Avoid using sharp objects that could cut or tear the material. The goal here is to remove the bulk of the wax without further embedding it into the fabric. Now, for the embedded wax that remains, you'll need to draw it out. Sandwich the stained area between several layers of absorbent paper towels or clean cloths, both underneath and on top of the wax. Make sure the paper towels are clean and free of any dyes or prints that could transfer to the fabric. Set up your ironing board and prepare for the next step. Use a warm iron, and very importantly no steam, to gently melt and lift the wax from the fabric and into the absorbent paper. The heat from the iron will soften the wax, allowing it to be drawn into the paper towels. Start with a low setting and gradually increase the temperature if needed, but always be cautious not to scorch the fabric. As the paper towels absorb the wax, replace them with fresh, clean ones. This ensures that you're continuously drawing the wax away from the fabric and preventing it from simply being reabsorbed. Keep ironing and replacing the paper until you see less and less wax transferring onto the clean paper towels. Repeat the ironing and paper towel replacement process until no more wax transfers onto the paper. This may take several attempts depending on the severity of the stain and the type of fabric. Be patient and persistent, and you'll gradually remove the majority of the wax. After removing the bulk of the wax, you might still be left with a slight oily residue. To tackle this, treat any remaining oily stain with a pre-wash stain remover or a dab of liquid laundry detergent. Gently rub the detergent into the stained area, working it into the fibers of the fabric. After applying the stain remover, let it sit for about 15-20 minutes to allow it to penetrate the fibers and break down the remaining oil. Then, Wash the garment in the washing machine using the hottest water temperature that is safe for the fabric, according to the care label. Once the wash cycle is complete, don't throw it in the dryer just yet. Air dry the garment completely. Never, ever use a clothes dryer until you are absolutely certain that the stain is completely gone. The heat from the dryer can set any remaining wax or oily residue permanently, making it virtually impossible to remove. For delicate fabrics like silk or lace, it's crucial to proceed with extra caution. When using the iron, always use the lowest possible setting to avoid damaging the material. Another technique for delicate items is to try freezing the garment. Place the item in a plastic bag and put it in the freezer for a few hours. The cold temperature will make the wax brittle, making it easier to crack off. Before attempting any stain removal method, always check the care labels on your clothing for specific instructions and warnings. So, to recap, scrape off the excess wax, apply heat to absorb the remaining wax with paper towels, pre-treat any oily residue with stain remover or detergent, and then wash the garment according to the care label instructions. With these steps, you can save most fabrics from the dreaded wax stain. However, for delicate materials like silk or wool, or for particularly stubborn stains, it's always a good idea to consider professional dry cleaning. Even if you plan to take the garment to a dry cleaner, try to remove as much of the excess wax as possible beforehand. This will make their job easier and increase the chances of successful stain removal. With a little patience, the right techniques, and a bit of luck, you can rescue your favorite clothes from unsightly wax stains and keep them looking their best for years to come. Wax on glass? Good news, it's easier to remove than from fabric. For thick wax, freeze the item. The wax should pop off with a gentle nudge. For thin films or large areas, use a hairdryer to melt the wax, then wipe with a paper towel. For candle jars, fill with hot water to melt wax, then pour out and wipe clean. Finish with a vinegar water spray or glass cleaner for a streak-free shine. For stubborn residue, use a citrus-based cleaner or rubbing alcohol. Ventilate well. Use plastic scrapers, not metal, to avoid scratches. Choose the right method for the situation: freeze, heat, or solvent. Restore glass to its original sparkle quickly and safely. No more waxy mess. Earwax is different. Don't treat it like other waxes. It protects your ears and is usually self-cleaning. Just wipe the outer ear with a washcloth. Never insert cotton swabs or objects into your ear canal. They push wax deeper and can cause harm. Avoid ear candling. It's dangerous and ineffective. If you feel blocked, try pharmacy eardrops with mineral oil or carbamide peroxide to soften wax. Lie on your side, add drops, wait, then drain. Repeat as needed. If symptoms persist, see a doctor. Never force removal. Professionals can safely remove impacted wax with proper tools. Protect your hearing. When in doubt, consult a medical expert. Be gentle and safe with your ears. That's your complete guide to wax removal: skin, clothes, glass, and ears. The key is patience, gentleness, and using the right method for each surface. Treat your skin and hearing with care. When unsure, ask a professional. Share your tips or questions in the comments and subscribe for more helpful videos. Until next time, stay safe and take care.